host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming transit of planet Mercury, which on August 21st is going to enter its own sign of Virgo, which is also the sign of its exaltation as well. So from August 21st till October 25th, Mercury is going to be in a very strong dignity. So now friends, as you know this thing that just because Jupiter right now is also transiting in the Pisces sign. So not only the planet of discriminatory intelligence, the planet which represents commercial activities, your communication skills, the eloquence in your speech. So not only this planet is going to be dignified, but also because of the aspect which is going to be receiving from the planet Jupiter. So all of your actions, all of your intelligence is going to be divine protected as well. And also friends, briefly, Venus is also going to get conjunct with this exalted Mercury as well in transit. So as you know that the conjunction of Venus, which is the significator of the goddess of wealth, Lakshmi, and Mercury, which represents Lord Vishnu. So this is also going to give rise to the Lakshmi Narayana Yoga as well. So definitely friends, planets are actually in a very strong dignity, like whether you talk from the perspective of Saturn in transit, Jupiter in transit, Mars in transit, and now very soon Mercury in transit as well. So let's say for example, if you have got good yogas in your chart, if you are running some very favorable dashas, and if you are in that crossroad of the life that in next couple of weeks or a month or two you have to appear in any sort of important competitive exam, you have to undertake any important foreign travel, business connected travel, you are planning to launch a new business, venture out into new business, you are like filing for any political campaigning, political seat. So trust me, good times can be foreseen with this entry of Mercury in its sign of exaltation. So okay friends, now we will shift our discussion to the customized results for all the rising signs. So starting first with the Aries rising people. So definitely friends, in your case, Mercury is going to be getting exalted in your 6th house. So now friends, Mercury in your case has got the rulership of the 3rd house as well. So in your case, Mercury is not a very auspicious planet for the Aries Lagna people. Second thing is that the transit of the naturally benefic planets is not considered as very good in the 6th house, one of the Dushtana Bhav. But over here the exception is that just because Mercury is entering its sign of exaltation. So definitely if your ongoing dashas are also running favorable. And over and above that, if you are engaged in the fields connected with the 6th house, that you work in the health industry, fitness industry, nursing connected fields, or you are working in any multinational organization or something like that, so all those people can definitely get benefited. And also friends, because in your case Jupiter is aspecting this Mercury from the 12th house, and Mercury in your case has got the rulership of the 3rd house of travels, of initiatives as well. So definitely if you are planning for any work related travel, so all of that can also work out in your favor as well. So overall friends, I'm actually looking forward to some very good time for all the Aries Lagna people. The only thing is that this transit is not giving you any immunity protection. It's just like that if there is going to be any resistance which is going to arise during this time, so you will be able to manage it with complete efficiency. Second thing is that if in your case, like all those Mercury connected fields, specifically where problem solving is involved, arbitration is involved, so in all those fields you can actually get benefited. And most importantly, if during this time you have to appear in any sort of competitive exam, so trust me, chances look like to be a lot in your favor. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Taurus Lagna people. So now friends, in your case definitely Mercury becomes a very important planet. It has got the rulership of your 2nd house, of your income, of your financial inflow, and it is going to be getting exalted in your 5th house. So beyond doubt, Mercury becomes a very important planet for your rising sign. And trust me friends, this exalted state of Mercury in your 5th house is going to be giving some very auspicious news for all the Taurus Lagna people. Now let's say for example, whether you are a student, you are connected with the fields of art, entertainment, creativity, you are a freelance person, you are a self-employed person, you have a business where consultation, counseling, or dealing with children or education, if all of that is getting qualified in your case, trust me, all of these Taurus Lagna people are definitely going to get benefited. Second thing is that friends, like as you know that Mercury also tells about our mastery over mantras, and fifth house is the original house of spirituality. It is the house of our Ish Devta and mantras. So trust me, any religious and spiritual austerity done by you, or any gesture shown towards your Ish Devta in the form of the recitation of the mantra of your Ish Devta can actually bring some very good results. And also friends, like for all those people who have to like in whose case entertaining activities like sports, recreational activities are also getting qualified, so trust me, all those people can also get benefited with this entry and with this exalted state of Mercury in your fifth house. And also friends, definitely if for long time you have been working hard in the fields of stock market, speculation, trading and all of that, and your ongoing dashas are also running favorable, so trust me, some sudden unpredictable gain can also take place. And also friends, like I want to be very transparent over here, because fifth house also tells about any sort of transformation, changes at your work front, because this is the house which is 8th house from your 10th house. So just because Mercury is also carrying the energy of the house of your finances as well, so during this time if you want to raise any concern of reconsideration of your package, of your remuneration, or whatsoever your offering is, whatsoever your services are, in whichsoever nature of business you are, if you want to upgrade your cost, your the pricing and all of that, so this could be seen as a very good time, because of the kind of services which you are providing. Customers will be very much willing to pay you your matching kind of pricing, or the kind of worth which you deserve. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Gemini rising people, so definitely friends, in your case this is going to be the transit of your ascendant lord, and your ascendant lord is going to be getting exalted right over there in your 4th house. And just because friends, during this time this is a special transit of Mercury, because it is going to be receiving the aspect from the planet Jupiter as well. So definitely friends, at your work front I am actually looking forward to some very good strategic, calculative decision making done by you. Second thing is that for all those people in whose case public dealing or political campaigning, any mass media campaigning, if that is getting qualified in your case, trust me, all of the actions and the planning part done by you will reap some very good results. And lastly friends, beyond doubt, like if your whole life hovers around the 4th house related matters, like anything to do with the children books or fantasy books writing, or dealing in the fields of real estate, luxury goods and all of that, so if you are engaged in the business of the 4th house, so trust me, if your ongoing dashas are also running favorable, during this time you can expect some very good results, and all of the decision taken by you will pave path towards some good successful rewards for all the Gemini rising people. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Cancer Lagna people, so now friends, in your case Mercury is going to be getting exalted in your 3rd house. So now friends, I want to be very honest over here in your case, because Mercury is not very much favorable and friendly towards your ascendant lord, and it has also got the rulership of your 12th house as well. So definitely the 12th house energy will definitely shadow the matters of your 3rd house. First of all, talking about the benefic side of this transit, so if you are engaged in the fields of performing arts, or sales, media, marketing, travel and tour business, so all those people can definitely get benefited. The good part over here is that even any travel undertaken by you during this time will prove to be very favorable, and specifically if the foreign travel and the overseas business travel is also getting qualified, because friends, Jupiter is going to be expecting your this exalted Mercury from the 9th house, and because 9th house and 12th house lord getting exalted in the 3rd house, so overall some profitable travels and journeys can be foreseen. The only one thing friends which I want to say over here is that because of this kind of getting exalted state of Mercury in your 3rd house, so suddenly a lot would be expected out of you, and friends might be acting little bit weird. So if you will be put forth in a situation, because being a Cancer Lagna people, you are very much emotions driven, but situation and circumstances might ask you to take some very strategic, rational, or some very blunt decision, which is going to be very profitable for you, trust me, but your inner gut feel might not allow you for doing that. So there is going to be a tug of war which you might have to experience because of this enmity of this planet of intelligence with your ascendant lord, which is all governed by emotions and feelings. But overall friends, some very good time which can be foreseen for all the Cancer Lagna people, and specifically if in your case anything to do with the performance, presentation, initiatives, making use of your like courage, valor, lot of strategy, like lot of logics, problem solving, presentation, communication, resourcefulness. So if you are engaged in a field where all these skill sets are required, so you will be able to perform with the best of your capabilities. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Leo rising people, so now friends, in your case Mercury becomes a very important planet for you guys, because it has got the rulership of both the houses of income, opportunities, influence, contacts, financial inflow, your savings. So definitely friends, the exalted state of Mercury in your second house is going to be generating some very good news, because friends, like the way as you can see over here, because it's not only Mercury which is in a strong dignity, but also Jupiter is also aspecting this Mercury from your 8th house. So because of which it can actually give rise to some sudden, unpredictable windfall kind of financial gain as well. Now friends, I always say these things with this attached disclaimer that first of all, you have to be engaged in a field where all these unexpected gains are possible, and also the ongoing dashas should be promising that. But in the transit, trust me, this is a kind of a very good financial opportunity driven yoga which you guys are going through. Second thing is that friends, definitely as you can see Mercury which represents communication as well. So during this time your communication skills are going to be very eloquent. So if you are engaged in a field where you have to interact a lot, you have to socialize a lot, you have to give a lot of presentation, you have to multitask a lot, or you are in any sort of banking field or financial field, or you are in your own family business. So during this time, this exalted state of Mercury will definitely bring lot many insights, financial opportunities in your line of work, in your business. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Virgo rising people. So now friends, in your case, as you can fairly see that Mercury becomes your ascendant lord, and now finally it is going to be coming out of your 12th house, and it is going to be getting exalted right over there in your first house. So Mercury, which in your case has got the rulership of your 10th house, of your profession, of your public outdoor activities as well. And now friends, because Jupiter, which is another 2 angular house lord, is also going to be aspecting your this exalted Mercury as well from the 7th house. So that all in a way just tells about that whenever the angular houses get strengthened in transit, they just tells about that any public outdoor actions, activities performed by you during that time is definitely going to be working out in a very strong, in a very forceful way. So very auspicious time for someone who has to launch any product, you have to give any public appearance or any public performances and all of that. So definitely the planetary transit or the yogas are definitely going to be helping you, supporting you. And also friends, like whenever we talk about our thinking, our thought process, so it's not only the Mercury which represents that, but individually it's the 5th house which tells about our thought process. And as you can fairly see over here that right now in the transit, Saturn is not only well placed in your 5th house, being a very auspicious planet for you, but it is also in a retrograde motion as well. So definitely there is a lot of introspection, lot of reflectiveness which is going on in your thought process. And with this entry of your ascendant lord and its exit from the 12th house and entry in the 1st house will definitely help you and facilitate some very good decision making done by you during this time. So now friends, it hardly matters whether you have your own business, you are in any sort of corporate job, you are a student. This entry of Mercury and its exalted state in the 1st house will definitely benefit you in all areas of your life. Whether you talk about commercial activity or whether you talk about your specific professional related decision. So during this time, if you are actually contemplating any important tender, any important project, being considered for a new role or asking for any raise, so this can be seen as a very auspicious time for you to look forward to your growth, to your expansion, and the way you can project yourself with the best of your capabilities. Moving ahead, friends, now for all the Libra rising people, so now definitely friends, in your case, Mercury becomes a very important planet for you guys, and it is going to be getting exalted right over there in your 12th house. So now friends, when we talk about the 12th house exaltation of Mercury, which could be, otherwise it could have been a vulnerable sign for any other rising sign, but just because this planet is a very auspicious planet for your lagna, because it has got the rulership of your house of luck and fortune, and it is also getting exalted there in the 12th house. So definitely friends, with this additional aspect which is coming from Jupiter from the 6th house, all of the matters of your job, of your service, of your overseas interest and projects are definitely going to get a boost with this entry and this exalted state of Mercury in your 12th house. Friends, the only vulnerability which I am looking at over here is that, see, when we talk about the restlessness, and specifically because 12th house tells about the quality and state of the sleep, so, and Mercury is a very restless planet, so over there you have to work on that like whenever you head for your good night sleep and all of that, so at least half an hour before that, switch off your phone, do some meditation, contemplate on some elevating spiritual actions, activities, rather than remaining engaged in all the business related activities till the last moment before you hit the bed for your sleep. So these are the only vulnerable area where I am looking at with this entry of Mercury in your 12th house. But apart from that, friends, definitely a very good time for any overseas actions, activities, engagements, endeavors. And lastly, friends, because in your case, Mercury has also got the rulership of your 9th house as well. So let's say, for example, if your lifestyle or your daily schedule allows, like doing some charity or even considering any pilgrimage and all of that, so you can consider doing that as well. So overall, friends, some overseas beneficial travel could have been foreseen with this entry and this exalted state of Mercury in your 12th house. And also, friends, you cannot even overlook this fact that Mercury is a very impressionable planet. Second thing is that Mercury, which in itself represents rationality. See, when we talk about the intuition, so Mercury does not have any role to play over there. That is the domain of Moon, Ketu and other planetary influence. But just because Mercury is highly sensitive towards any external stimulus, and being exalted in the 12th house, some of the actions taken by you might be intuitively driven as well. So regarding that front as well, this entry and this exalted state of Mercury in your 12th house can be seen as a very good sign. And for all those people who have to appear in any sort of competitive exam, you are contemplating and considering filing for any foreign universities and all of that, so over there as well you can get good success with this exalted state of Mercury in your 12th house. Moving ahead, friends, now for all the Scorpio rising people, so now friends, in your case, as you can see, Mercury is going to be getting exalted right over there in your 11th house. So now friends, Mercury has got a very sensitive role to play in your rising signs case, because first of all, Mercury has got the rulership of the 8th house. So both of these 8th house and the 11th house energy is not very auspicious, not very harmonious. But overall, just because the saving grace is that during this year, first of all, Mercury is not only getting exalted, but it is also receiving aspect from the planet Jupiter as well. And Mercury actually finds itself at home whenever it is placed in the 11th house, because 11th house has got lot of knowledge to gather, lot of networking to do, lot of wishes and desires to fulfill. So overall, friends, definitely this entry and this exalted state of Mercury will benefit you in any sort of financial activities and engagement. And specifically, friends, if in your case any of the concerns of insurance, revenue, sudden like speculative interest as well, because Jupiter is also expecting it from the 5th house as well. So overall, friends, very good energy Moreover, I'm looking at this exalted state of Mercury beneficial for you for the networking perspective, like lot of engagements, lot of activities, meeting new people, being introduced to new people, working on new strategies, working on new ideas. Friends, try to understand this thing. The transit of Saturn in the third house is generally considered as very good. Like I've seen lot many self-made millionaires, and these days all the entrepreneurs and all of that, you will definitely find some say coming in from Saturn being in the third house, in the seventh house. So right now in the transit, Saturn is well placed in your third house, and your ascendant lord is also in a very strong dignity in the seventh house of the commercial activities. So I would say that make the best use out of this exalted state of Mercury in your 11th house. Do not waste it only in the frivolousness and just pleasing people and people in your social network. Try to encash on the commercial side of this 11th house energy or vibration as well, in a way that looking at how you can expand, how you can grow, or what else you can do to strengthen your position, your image in the market, image of your product, image of your branding and all of that. So overall friends, some good decision making, socialization, being introduced to new opportunity, meeting new people is on the cards for all the Scorpio rising people. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Sagittarius rising people. So now friends, in your case, as you can fairly see that Mercury is going to be getting exalted right over there in your 10th house, which can be seen as a very good sign. So it is going to be receiving the aspect from the planet Jupiter from the 4th house as well. So now friends, although it is going to be helping all the Sagittarius natives people, but moreover all those people in whose case their business, their profession straight away come in the purview of the planet Mercury. Or let's say for example, even if you are going through the Mahadasha or Antardasha of Mercury, or the nakshatras which Mercury is going to cross through, like within the Virgo there is the nakshatra of Uttara Falguni, Hasta and Chitra. So even if your important Dasha Lord are sitting in these nakshatra as well, so all those people can get benefited. And like the way I have already mentioned, if the fields where you are engaged in, like if you are working in the accountancy, counseling, like being a teacher, dealing in the fields of education, sales, media, marketing, travel and tour business, so all those people are going to definitely get benefited with this exalted state of Mercury in the 10th house. Now friends, the essence and the crux of the energy of Mercury is all about being able to multitask, being able to well strategize, able to do problem solve, able to network and do good or come up with the good solution of any problem. So overall friends, at your financial front, at your professional front, in your outdoor activities, lot many churning up and positive and quick paced development and growth is going to take place with this exalted state of Mercury in your 10th house. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Capricorn Lagna people. So now definitely friends, in your case Mercury is going to get exalted right over there in your 9th house. So now friends, Mercury becomes a very important planet for you guys. It is a very good friend of your ascendant lord. Now friends, the beneficial aspect of this transit of Mercury in your 9th house is that because lately, as you can see, that your ascendant lord is transiting right over there in your 1st house, being in a retrograde motion as well. So lately, from the past couple of weeks, the transit is actually making you vulnerable, specifically in the matters of the balanced emotional mental state of yours. And because before this Mercury was also transiting in the 8th house. So now friends, there is definitely going to be a sigh of relief for all the Capricorn Lagna people, that no matter in which direction your mind is driving you or taking you, but the entry of Mercury in the most auspicious house of our whole zodiac belt is definitely going to make you optimistic, make you very like a goal driven regarding any of the activities or area where you are currently engaged in. So now friends, during this time there could be some work related travel which could also take place. And because friends, in your case Mercury has got the rulership of your 6th house as well. This is a kind of a typical yoga which we say in Hindi as the Dharma Karma Pati yoga, like all those people who take their duties, their actions as their religion. They are like very dutiful and very honest with all of their actions. So overall friends, this exalted state of your 6th house lord in the 9th house is indicating towards some very important work related travel. This is also indicating towards that any of the conflict, any of the crisis which you lately have been facing, this entry of your 6th house lord in the 9th house will definitely help you, or the luck or the divine grace will help you come out of any of these conflict if you have been lately going through them. And third thing is that friends, for the students or all those people who have to appear in any sort of competitive exam, so all those people can get benefited with this entry of Mercury right over there in your 9th house. And during this time, if you have to give any presentation, you have to be on any training or any sort of like where we talk about guiding or addressing a larger audience. So if all of that is getting qualified in your case, because the aspect is coming in from Jupiter from the 3rd house as well, so you will be able to give very good performance because of this exalted state of Mercury in your 9th house. And for all those people who are currently going through their MBAs, their PhDs and all of that, so you will be able to get the right set of direction and guidance from your faculties, from your mentors, from your teachers. So overall, very auspicious, very good time for all the Capricorn Lagna people. And one thing friends, whenever we talk about the remedial aspect of the Mercury, so some people attach the remedy as the worship of the Lord Ganesha, but that you can do as per your wish. But moreover, listening to the Lord Vishnu's 1000 name like Vishnu Sahasranam becomes very fortunate, very favorable if this planet is transiting from your 9th house. That recitation or listening to Vishnu Sahasranam at least once in a day will definitely bring some very good luck in your life. Moving ahead friends, now for all the Aquarius rising people. So now friends, in your case, like Mercury is a very important planet for you guys. It has got the rulership of your 5th house of your intellect, and it is going to be getting exalted right over there in your 8th house. So now friends, trust me, I couldn't tell you how many researchers, scientists I have met with this kind of alignment in their natal chart, that being a Aquarius Lagna connected with these innovative artificial intelligence and all these new age fields. And some say coming in from their 8th house, like either Mercury is placed over here exalted, or Moon is placed over here, or 8th house Lord being sitting in the 1st house. So overall friends, very good time for all those people who are engaged in any sort of research, any sort of like exploration, if that is getting qualified in your case. Now friends, just because Jupiter is going to be aspecting your this exalted Mercury from the 2nd house as well. So during this time, some sort of sudden unpredictable gains or financial windfall gain can also be seen, like in a way or in the form of return on investment. So any of the investment which you might have done in the past can actually fructify during this time with this exalted state of Mercury in your 8th house. And also friends, like because when we talk about Mercury, which loves to talk, which loves to interact, engage, or it's a very social and friendly planet, but the communication of the 8th house is generally very layered, very deep, very kind of philosophical. Philosophy is more of the 9th house energy, but 8th house is more of a secretive energy. So I would say that on the financial front, on anything to do with the research and all of that, this entry or this exalted state of Mercury can be seen as a very good sign. When we talk about the self-expression or the communication, so refrain from getting a part of any gossip, any politics, office politics this could be, and also try to keep your communication very transparent. Any ambiguity in your communication, like these days if you are on that top management where a lot of followers you have, so any tweet, any posting done by you might get misinterpreted. So although the chances are going to be very dim, very low, because Mercury is exalted, but still 8th house energy has got a lot of scandalous energy attached to it. So this is how friends we can see this exalted state of Mercury in the 8th house manifesting some very good, innovative, financially driven results for all the Aquarius rising people. And lastly friends, for all the Pisces Lagna people, so now friends, in your case, Mercury has got the rulership of your 4th house, and it is going to be getting exalted right over there in your 7th house, giving rise to the Bhadra Yoga. Now friends, this year it is more special because your 10th house Lord Jupiter is also going to be aspecting it from the 1st house. So trust me, you're actually going through a very lifetime kind of yoga, and if your ongoing dashas are also running favorable, so very good results can be anticipated. Because friends, that is the only reason when we talk about planets like Saturn, Mercury, Venus, Rahu, whether their placement in the natal chart or whether in the transit, their transit from the 7th house, and that too in a strong dignity, is always considered as a very good sign. So during this time you will be able to take some very good financial or business related decision. And also friends, because 7th house also tells about our public dealings, our public image. So whether you are a politician or whether you are thinking about launching a product or any sort of communication where you want to uplift your image in the eyes of the world, so during this time you will be able to do that with complete efficiency. And also friends, we cannot even overlook this fact because Mercury has also got the rulership of your 4th house as well. So the true authentic outpour of the emotions will facilitate some very good results. And also friends, 7th house also is the house of our partner as well. So during this time, some sort of playful activities, adventure related activities with your partner can also be foreseen for lot many Pisces rising people. So this is something friends which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for all the rising signs for this upcoming transit of Mercury in its sign of exaltation. For further more updates and notifications on the divine signs of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.